Welcome to the channel, Beyond the Edge, where we're implementing technology, we're driving performance, and we're breaking through these old ways that we've been working. Today, we're focused in on Project Control's AI solution. And today is more about how do you deploy AI versus the centralized data type system. We're all going to talk about that. But I want to talk through what does a solution look like. Everyone's talking AI. You deploy agents here, you deploy here. Here is a solution. Let's focus in on what this actually means. It's not as complicated as some might think, but it does take time. So project controls, we've got tons of data sets. We have risk management, we have productivity data from our vendors, we have cost control, procurement data, fabrication data, piping KPIs, number of equipment being utilized, number of personnel. We have all of this data. What do we do with it? Well, today we've got 12 different Excel spreadsheets per project, and if you have a portfolio of projects, you do the math. That's 150 different Excel spreadsheets. So being able to get a portfolio viewpoint, even to take all of that and put it into a dashboard, really becomes difficult. And we can't make decisions, quick decisions based upon those type of solutions. You have to produce a report, and then you have to analyze. You have to produce a report, you have to analyze. It's this repetitive cycle and it never ends. But what if we're able to implement a solution that brings more value, easy to scale, and you're freeing up the time that that individual sat there and just scrolled through a spreadsheet? You're now giving that time back for that person to go manage the project, to do what they need to do best, which is not scrolling through a spreadsheet. It's taking action and driving data-driven decisions. So today's AI model is very simple. If you were to utilize N8N or some of the other type of tools, this is a simple workflow. This is how you connect your data together. In the middle, you've got your AI agent. And when you start a workflow, there's always going to be some type of trigger. It's either triggered by a question, it's going to be triggered by a document being uploaded, it's going to be triggered by an email being received, it could be triggered by a document being dropped into a folder, or it could be triggered by time. Let's just say you would like a weekly report on Project X. So this is your trigger, and once you set that trigger, it'll reoccur every single week at a specific time. And now what it's doing is it's coming into this AI agent. And from there, it's going to OpenAI or to other ones like Claude, or it's using this as a model. So you have to send the data into a model. It's going to now think through this, analyze the data, and bring it back out. Now it's going to go into a memory cycle. You can designate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 days of memory, and that way it can understand what the last cycle was. It can understand what the last report was. And so now it's making the system smarter. Now it understands what happened last week in terms of progress, risks. Maybe your progress had dipped that month, and so now it's going to take that and it's going to apply that knowledge whenever it's trying to take this data set here. So the memory piece is critical because now it's starting to learn. And then from there, it's going to say, now find the tool to pull this data into this agent. Right here, we've got connected SharePoint. Everybody's usually using Microsoft List or Microsoft SharePoint. It's an easy solution that is usually connected with every business. So it's pulling from SharePoint, but this could be a CRM system, this could be Slack, this could be Calendar, Google, whatever you name it. This today though is SharePoint, a simple database. So it's now pulling this back. From there, it's going to produce an output. Today's output is a report. So it's going to analyze the data that we've now triggered. It's pulling all of your lists together. For this example, we're looking at all of our project controls risk. We have planning data from our schedule, and we have risk data. So now that it's pulling this, it's going to summarize it, and it's going to provide the user with an output, an analysis. But how does this agent know how to operate? Does it just automatically do it? No. You have to give this agent instructions. Just like you give an instruction manual or a procedure to an employee, this is your employee. So now you have to tell this employee with very detailed instructions, how do you handle this task? So for this one specifically, it's going to tell this AI agent that whenever this trigger happens, we need to go and pull all of the data from the SharePoint site and produce a report. And again, you can have it think like a data analyst or think like a business manager, whoever it might be. And so then you're getting a specific report sent out. Simple solution, but extremely powerful because you're centralizing your data set in SharePoint or in Dataverse or in other type of SQL databases. And now if you can figure this part of it out, creating this model is easy. But getting your data set in place into a centralized location is going to be key because you can easily deploy an agent tomorrow. It doesn't take that much time. The problem is that if our data isn't centralized, then this becomes a spaghetti map of all of these different sources that are uncontrolled. And maybe those uncontrolled sources are not even templates and they're just Excel spreadsheets. And therefore, if you change a column or you change how the data was initially inputted in there, it kind of starts to break the system and it gets a little bit messy. So structuring your data and collecting your data into specific data sets is going to be the key in order to make this agent work successfully. Thanks for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about what an AI agent is, but more importantly, the importance that it is to make sure that we're deploying the right technology and project controls so that we can drive performance.